Hello, let's start with the Google Cloud Storage. In the last section, we have already discussed, along with the hands-on lab of Google Cloud SDK, how we can use, what's the benefit, and which type of command can we run on Google Cloud Storage. In this video, let's discuss the Google Cloud Storage, the object-based storage, especially the Google Storage Utility, GS Utility. Let's get started. So the breakdown. So the first thing is, what is cloud storage? Choosing among the storage classes. It means that we have several type of storage classes, including the standard, cold line, hotline, and other services. So we will discuss later in detail in this course. Working with other services, like how you can connect the cloud storage with other services. Features and benefits, customer friendly pricing, and working with other services. So start with the definitions. What is Google Cloud Storage or the Google Storage? So first we need to understand the unified object storage for developers and enterprises. It's nothing just a unified object storage, you can say, for developers and enterprises. Why? Because if you connect the cloud storage with developers or enterprises, it can easily be put the data on the specific Google Cloud Storage. Is integrate storage into your apps with a single unified APIs, and is optimized price performance across 4 storage classes with object lifecycle management. So what is object lifecycle management? It means if you connect or if you put your storage data in the specific cloud storage, after some time the data will be moved to another storage class, which will actually save your cost. So this is called the lifecycle management. So the access data instantly from any storage class, you can put it in the Google Cloud Storage. Like I said, we have multiple storage classes, and in the Google Cloud Storage we can data transfer from one data class to another data class. It is designed for secure and durable storage, and it reduced data storage carbon emission to 0 because it's based on the renewable energies like solar and the hybrid water turbine solutions. Now let's discuss in detail about which cloud storage class is good for me. So start with the multi-region storage class, which is actually the most frequently accessed. Why multi-region? Because your data will be stored in multiple data centers in multiple regions, not a single region. The availability SLA is 99.95. Storage price per GB per month is high as compared with other storage classes. Retrieval price is low because you can easily get the data, easily available, and the use case is content storage and delivery. If you have any data which is like the content or the OTT platforms, like the real-time videos, real-time objects, which the customers get and put on every minute or hours, the multi-regional storage class is good for you. Now let's jump into the regional class. Regional class is comparatively low with the multi-region because it's a single region with multiple data centers. Access frequently within the region. Availability SLA is 99.90, and the access API is the consistent APIs. If is the consistent APIs, it is directly connected and easily accessible with multiple applications. Access time is the milliseconds access for all the storage classes, regardless you select the multi-region, regional, nearline, and cold line. If you go for the storage class, the price comparatively go from upside to the downside, and the retrieval price is go from downside to the upside. This is all for the different classes, but currently we are talking about the regional class. Let's talk about the nearline storage class. Unlike multi-region and regional storage class, the nearline storage class is accessed less than once a month. Like if you have a data which you get at least once in a month or a 6 month, the nearline storage class is good for you. The availability SLA, like the service level agreement, is 99.00 and is long tail content backups. Like if you have a backup which you want to retain for 1 month or 6 months, is nearline is good for you. Now let's discuss about the last storage class, which is actually the cold line. The cold line is actually accessed less than once a year. The availability SLA is 99.00 and the storage price is per GB per month is reduced compared with the nearline and the regional. The availability is the 99.00% and the best use case is for the data which you want to store for a long term, like 5 years, 10 years or 15 years. The use case is archiving and the disaster recovery. Google Cloud Storage work with other services which include the import and export tables called the BigQuery, object storage, logs, data store backups, which is actually the app engine, and the compute engine data and the cloud SQL data. These type of data including dumps, data sets and the application logs you can put directly on the Google Cloud Storage. Not only with these services, but you can upload the data directly with your laptop using the G Cloud SDK or the GS utility. Let's discuss about the features and benefits. So the single API for our storage class is the cloud storage consistency, API latency and speed across storage class. These are the features and benefits. So either you are using the multi-regional, regional, nearline and cold line, the single API is connected with all the storage classes. It simplifies development integration and it reduces code complexity. Is designed for 11 nines of durability and it stores data redundancy with automatic checksum to ensure data integrity. With the help of multi-region storage, user data is the maintained and geographically distinct locations regardless of any storage class. But the distinct geographical locations facility is only available with multi-region storage. Highly available and performant. So the Google Cloud Storage offer unlimited object storage. Its individual objects can be large as 5 terabyte. More than 5 terabyte of data cannot be uploaded as a single file. Objects can be overwritten no more than once per second. There is no limit to read frequency. It's unlimited. The Google Cloud Storage data is actually the strongly consistent. When a write succeeds, the latest copy of the object is guaranteed to be returned to any get means to download the data globally. This applies to put for new and overwrite objects and deletes. So strongly consistent means whenever you delete or get anything, you will get right away, and same to upload or the put data, you will get the data on the Google Cloud Storage right away. Zero carbon emissions. So by moving storage from a self-managed data centers or co-location facility to GCP, you can use carbon emissions, which is actually set up by default. The emission directly associated with your company's data storage will be zero. So your price will be reduced directly because there is no fuel based carbons affected. So the customer friendly pricing. So pricing listed are general or applies to most of the region because most of the regions have directly attached with each other because Google Cloud have the direct interconnect circuits available. Certain regional locations has a separate pricing options and the structure. Data retrieval and the early deletion fees applied to the nearline and the cold line classes. For details including networks and operation usage, you can see the pricing details. If a user pay in a currency other than the USD, the prices listed in the currency on the Google Cloud platform directly SKUs apply. So remember, every region have a different price option available. Now let's talk about the saving versus AWS by storage class. So if you compare with the AWS with Google Cloud, AWS have a S3 standard while the Google Cloud has the multi-regional. If you set up the S3 standard, we have the Google Cloud Storage regional service. Remember, AWS doesn't have any multi-regional service. CRR means cross-region replication. So if you see the S3 standard plus CRR, it means the S3 set up manually to move the data from one region to another. This service is already available in Google called the multi-regional deployment. If you set up the S3 infrequent access, compare with the nearline, you will see the price is drastically down. If you see the storage cost of the S3 standard plus CRR, this is approximate 4.2 cents per GB, while the same service in Google Cloud as a multi-regional, the price is approximate 2.6 cent per GB. Now, if you see the S3 standard with Google Cloud Storage regional service, we have the 2.1 to 2.6 cent, while the same service in Google Cloud is 2 cents. Now, move forward, the S3 infrequent access, the price is 1.25 cents, while the same service in Google Cloud Storage nearline is 1 cent. Google Cloud Storage cold line, we have the Glacier service called 0.4 cents per GB. This is approximate same as compared with the other storage classes on both AWS and Google Cloud. So understanding the cloud storage total cost. So the cloud storage pricing is actually based on the following components. One is the data storage, network storage, operation use, and retrieval and early deletion. If you go with the data storage, so storing data in the cloud storage bucket is actually connected the data with access and moving data in buckets, the upload and download pricing. Operational use, like which services you are using to upload or download, and the retrieval and early deletion, like Google Cloud tell us that this data should be kept in the Google Cloud storage at least 30 days or 45 days. If you delete earlier than 45, then you will have to pay extra. Same for the retrieval price. If you download or retrieve the data before the actual commitment, you will have to pay additional amount. Now, ways to bring data into cloud storage is online transfer, self-managed is storage transfer service. We have the storage transfer service and the transfer appliance, which is actually the physical hardware, and the data will be kept on the transfer appliance from your physical office to the Google Cloud data center. So these are the three options to upload the data on the Google Cloud storage. Now let's talk about some summary. First, the unified storage solution. Google Cloud Storage actually provide a unified API for developers and enterprises. It make it easy to integrate storage into applications. It reducing code complexity. Exceptional durability and scalability with the 11/9 of durability, highly scalable storage, and no limits of read frequency. This is actually the perfect example for using Google Cloud Storage, and it ensures the data reliability, integrity, and performance. Now let's talk about the environmental sustainability. By moving the data storage to the Google Cloud, it actually helps reduce carbon emission to 0 and contributing to a more environmentally friendly storage solution, which help you to not only reduce the cost but also the carbon emission to 0 environment. Now in next topic, we will perform some hands-on lab, like the create a cloud storage bucket with the folder. We will upload an object and try to make it public and check if it work or not, and then we will set up the static website and then again make it public for user. This website is actually the static website, so you don't need to worry about the static content for specific servers. Move data from one bucket to another bucket, make public bucket for all user and all authenticated user. We will discuss in detail with all user and all authenticated user difference. Verify storage user and admin permissions. Remember, all authenticated users means the Gmail users and all users means the journal users, and the vice versa. You can set up the all authenticated users only for those users which you allow directly, and you can set up the all users which actually all users over the internet but must have the Gmail account. Working with the object versioning, delete bucket and objects and perform bucket locks. gsutil commands for versioning. This is very important and we can easily use that for perform and set up the versioning. Remember, versioning is not available in the GUI console. You need to be set up the versioning using the Cloud Shell or the Cloud SDK using the gsutility command. So verify version option is the gsutil version, get gs bucket name if it's enabled or not. If you want to enable the versioning, you need to be get the same command, but using instead of get you will use set command. Verify file versions, gsutil ls-a gs command, and how to get the old version file, you can use the gsutil ls-a command. So we will perform these versioning labs hands-on later in this course. I hope you enjoy my session. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Let's discuss some tips and tricks about the Google Cloud Storage. In the last video, we have already discussed about the classes of all Google Cloud Storage, including multi-regional, regional, nearline, and core line. So the understanding the different storage classes available in the Google Cloud Storage, such as standard, nearline, core line, and archive. Be aware of using the use cases and pricing, because the standard have a high price while the archive have the low price, but standard have a multi and high availability while the archive doesn't have any high availability. Remember, if you change the storage class, price might be reduced but the efficiency and performance will also be reduced. So beware when you change the storage class for your object. Every storage class have a different pros and cons in terms of pricing, performance, efficiency, and high availability. I hope you enjoy my session. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Hello everyone. So let's start with the Google Cloud Storage. We have already discussed the Google Cloud Storage is the object storage in depth. Now in this lecture we will perform some hands-on lab like create a bucket, upload an object, delete a bucket, and the versioning as well. So let's start. First we will create a bucket. Click on the create button, or before moving forward we can go with the cloud storage option. Search the cloud storage. We have the bucket called test Sherdil we created using the Google Cloud Shell. Let me delete this bucket. Type delete button and then create the object. Test bucket, storage. In the test bucket of storage we have, click on the continue button. We have the multi-region, dual region, and a single region. If we go for the multi-region, definitely the price will be high, but we can select in different region like multiple region in United States, multiple region in Asia, and the multiple region in Europe as well. So we can use the single region for now. So click on continue. We select the South Carolina. Click on continue. Now we need to select the storage class. This auto class means it will automatically decide where the best place to put your object, but correct, we will going to set up the default class called the standard, nearline, cold line and archive. So we are setting the standard, but in the standard we have the option called single region, dual region or multi-region. Click on the continue button. Access control is uniform or fine grained. Click on the uniform. Object versioning. For data recovery we can set up the object recovery versioning, and after that if we don't set up here we need to go for the CLI. Data encryption, we can set up data encryption as well. We will set up the default data encryption key and then create button. It will take time. Enforce public access prevention on this bucket. Okay, for now that's fine. Public prevention, it will take some time to complete. Yeah, the bucket is created successfully. So let's start with uploading files here. So to start, we have already created a bucket. Now it's time to upload. So let me upload, create a folder first, test folder, and then create, enter the test folder, upload files, and just upload 2 files. It's very easy to upload a files, to create a folders. Right there is upload started, and now it's successfully. And now let me check how I can give permission to other person to download this. Okay, so let me check other configuration options. We have successfully created a bucket, created a folder and the files inside the folder. Now let me go and inside check the metadata. So now let's check, we can download. Let me try. I think we can download. Yes, it's easy to open or download directly. We can edit the metadata and we can edit the access as well. If we go to the edit access, cannot get ACL is because the bucket access is not enabled directly. We can check the version history here. We currently don't have any version, but what we can do, we can go there and upload these file again. Let me upload files like China and AWS event payment. Yeah, overwrite object, apply continuity, so it will overwrite the object. Successfully uploaded. Let's go again and check the version history. Yeah, we have the version history here, because we didn't enable the version history directly, but if we upload directly it automatically. And what we did actually, during the provisioning of the Google Cloud Storage bucket, it asked me to either enable or disable the versioning, so I enabled that. Live object is here, and we can easily delete this access. If I want to give some authenticated permission to this, I can give, but currently is not publicly, right? So first I need to go and make it public first. Okay, so let me go back and go to the permission sections. Let's check with the permission. I was actually in the object base. Let's go and check the bucket phase. In the configuration section, we have the tags option, label option, access controls, cloud console URL. This is the URL, Google Cloud URL. So if we have this URL, right, let me copy and try to open this URL. Okay, now let's go and check the permission part. It's not public, so until we don't make it public, we will not able to give permission to anyone. So let me go and remove public. Access prevention, it means it allow all users to use that. Right now we have the permissions, the grant access, right? And then what we can do is we just allow the grant access all users. All users not available directly, we can select all users here, and all authenticated users. All authenticated users means the Gmail users and all users which we have anyone in the internet but have a Gmail ID. Why? So, and all authenticated users are those users which is actually in the principal access, right? Select a role, we can give the bucket permissions, right? Cloud storage, cloud build, as you can see, these are the permissions. So this is actually directly bucket based access, but if I go to the cloud storage, we can give the clouds object where, right? So let me save it. Remember, this allow access for the whole bucket, not the specific object. So I've already give the access public to the internet. Let me go and try to open this link. Let me go and open this link in the new tab. Okay, let's check what's happened. Remember, I give access to the all users. So now either if all users, when I put it the link, it asks me for the username. So let me add username and a password. And now I'm inside the specific bucket because it's allow with the all users. So all I'm in the all users and it's give the read only. So if I go to the test folder, click and try to delete. Let's check. Oh, failed. Why? Because I don't have any access to edit or modify or delete this object. I just have the read only access. So in order to show you that am I able to allow to delete this object as the all user authentication? No. But if I change the permission, let me go back here and go to the permission and change the permission to cloud storage object admin, right? And the storage admin. So let me give you the object admin and then save changes, and then again go back with this test user. Let me refresh that and then again try to delete this object. Now this time I'm able to successfully delete the object because I change the IAM storage permission from view to edit. Successfully done. Now let's go back and check the main user. Let me close this and come back here. Now let's check with the other option. This are protections, object versioning on, as you can see. So we don't need to object versioning enable via the CLI. We can set up the lifecycle rules for the non-current versions and the retention policy, but retention policy only work if you don't have the versioning enable. So if you want to make a retention policy enable, you have to delete or suspend the versioning. Click on the life cycle, add a rules, delete objects, right? Observability, public to the internet, right? We can even dismiss to allow public access to the internet, right? If I click the dismiss, still public access, but I can easily change this observability. Inventory report, if I have any inventory inside the bucket, I can easily check with the inventory options. So let me go back. Currently we are not going in the storage inside API because it's a separate topic. So let's stuck with our configuration part. So what I said, we have already discussed this part in order to check that how the storage configuration create and work. Okay, it's not going, so let me close this and check the storage, this one. So I hope you enjoy my session. Right, we have the bucket. The current project is GC weekdays. So what we discussed, let's summarize. So we created a bucket, we created a folder inside the bucket, and we created an object inside the folder, and then we apply the permissions to the specific objects in order to delete or view only. For the permission of all users, all user is actually the principle which allow any user over the internet which have the Gmail ID can apply these policies. So I just log in with my anonymous users on the Gmail and then check and it's work. And after that, it's easily move on from read only to the edit permissions, and it's successfully done. So if I go back there, and after that we check the configuration files, permissions files, like is yellow mark is the harmful, like is Google doesn't recommend. So if I want to prevent public access, I just click on the prevent public access. Unlike AWS where I cannot public directly to S3 bucket, I can make a whole bucket public directly. It's a single region standardized bucket which along with the all permissions and configuration. So you can easily changes the configuration, requester payoff, tags, label. The pencil pointer shows you can easily edit. You have the cloud console URL which we used that, and if you are using the Google Cloud SDK, you can use the gsutil URI. We will use this check again with the Cloud SDK later on. I hope you enjoy my session. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.